All right. Are you ready, everybody? In this video, we're gonna see how Dickie Bush generated millions of revenue with these 3 simple writing tips. At the end, we will look at the step-by-step process of how he is generating revenue thanks to content. But first, let's look at how he is building an incredible audience. The first thing with his writing is all about giving actionable tips and also focusing on a niche. As you can see here, the magic of specificity. I write about yoga, massive market, 10 followers, 0 customers. I write about 15-minute beginner yoga flows for stay-at-home moms. It's a niche market, but it gets 150k followers and 10k plus customers. Being really specific will always help you to achieve greater conversion. And the reason why, as Dickie mentioned, is just about the market size. If you're saying that you're just teaching yoga, it's obviously very broad. However, if you focus about the 15-minute beginner yoga for stay-at-home moms, it might be a niche, but for every mom that are staying at homes, these yoga sessions make sense and they would recognize themselves in that targeting and hence become much more inclined to follow what you are talking about. On top of it, it will help you create the best content for that specific niche. Because whenever you are creating content, instead of talking to many, always try to talk to one specific person. The second step is all about being clear and not clever. At school, we are taught about how to write and use complex words, complex sentences to look smart. The truth is, online, it's the opposite. Try to be as clear as possible and do not try to sound clever. You want your sentences to be short and impactful so everyone can resonate with your thoughts and hence engage with it. Here we can see a really good example of it. I'm really happy I started later, said no one ever. And it's true, no one ever said I should have started this later. For example, you would regret not starting a community earlier, you would regret not starting publishing online earlier, you would regret not starting a YouTube channel earlier, etc, etc. This tweet works well, it's sharp, clear, and very engaging for his community. So how exactly does Dickie transform his audience into millions of dollars of revenue? He used this simple framework. First, he states a common problem. Most people suck at writing. Then he explains why. Because schools do a horrible job teaching it. Then he shows the solution. Luckily, learning to write is simple if you know where to start. And unlike college, it won't cost you 122k. By doing that, he's comparing the value some people are getting from top degrees to something that will cost 10 times less, but will actually help you achieve one specific goal, becoming great at writing. Use these 6 dead simple steps to 10x your writing without the student loans. Again, at the end is doubling down on the benefits without spending shit tons of money on tuition fees. With threads like this, Dickie is getting a lot of engagement and his goal is always to drive to his newsletter. As you can see here, is saying that you can join 35,000 prolific digital writers who read the Digital Writing Compass every Monday at 10 a.m. So if I click on this link, I would end up here, very simple landing page where you should put your email and get daily emails. So not only Dickie is providing a lot of value on Twitter, but he only pushes you not to buy his course, but to actually join his newsletter. Because over time, you would have built such a strong relationship with you by providing you value on a weekly basis that down the line, you are much more likely to convert into a buying customer. Here we can see that 4,132 successful students purchased the course, and the course is at $599, which means that technically Dickie made, I'm gonna calculate it on Google, no one will know. It would look like I'm a fucking calculating machine. Time 599. So in total, Dickie Bush made more than $2,475,000 by selling these courses. Even though I know that Dickie increased this price at each cohort, he still generated more than $2 million in just a couple of years, which is really impressive. Remember, focus on a niche, build an audience, and then start to monetize it. So let's end the video! Pew!